So there's this rancher, and he's got a bunch of cows. He used to have a bull, but the bull has died. It's been a long time since he's had a bull, and he realizes that if he wants to improve his herd, he needs to get a bull. So he does some shopping, does some negotiating, gets a bull, brings it out onto his ranch. And then he complains to his neighbor a couple weeks later. He says, I got that bull, and all it does is eat grass. It won't even look at my cows. It's ignoring the cow. That I don't know what to do to stimulate it. I just don't know what to do. And the friend says, well, definitely have the vet come out and see this bull, find out if he can take care of this problem. So the man does this, and the vet comes out, checks the bull, prescribes some pills, and sure enough, that solves the problem. So the friend comes over to check on the situation. He said, did the vet take care of your problem? He says, oh yeah, he prescribed some pills, and ever since then, the bull has been like crazy. He has serviced all my cows. He's unstoppable. It's fantastic. And the neighbor says, is that right? Well, what kind of pills were these? What were the pills? And the rancher says, well, I don't know exactly. They've got kind of a peppermint taste, though. Okay, one of my purposes in doing these videos is to talk about men's style, especially for older men. Now, I've explained, and I'll continue to explain, that I reached a point in my life where I felt invisible, and I felt like I had no style at all. I was gaining weight, I was invisible to the world, and I started watching YouTube videos. Now, you might say, and you'd be right, that you shouldn't worry about what other people think. You know, don't get your style sense from YouTube, don't make your decisions from the internet. And yet, boy, I've found some really good ideas on some really great men's fashion channels. Alpha M comes to mind. That was the first one I watched, and I thought, yeah, that, you know, I need to improve my style sense a little bit. And the only way to do that is to really think honestly about what it is you like. Now, I see young people these days in styles that I find laughable. But it's not, it doesn't matter. It's not up to me. No one cares about my opinion. They can wear what they want. So, on the one hand, wear what you want, make the choices you want to wear the styles you want, and be influenced by people that you feel like have a good sense of style. But certainly, don't feel mocked by other people, which I will illustrate here in a second. Now, you really do need to find, though, your sense of what you like and what you want. What are the kind of shoes you find attractive? What are the kind of shirts? Now, when I would go shopping with my wife, I've said this in other videos, we would be at a department store, she'd find a nice men's shirt. Hey, look at this shirt, isn't that lovely? And I would say, yeah, it's fine, but I've got shirts. And that was true, and yet kind of it wasn't, because I had a lot of shirts in my closet that I hated. They didn't fit me well, they were ugly, they had holes in them, they were worn out. I had shirts that were more than 20 years old. So I had some room for improvement. Now, one of the best experiences I had years ago that really made me stop and think, what do I really care about in my appearance? My wife and I were at a store, and in line in front of us to the cashier, there was a man standing there about my age, a pair of jeans and a nice pair of cowboy boots. And I thought he looked great. And I mentioned to my wife, I said, you know, you might not know this about me, but when I was a little boy, I always had cowboy boots. My parents would, every couple of years, or my grandparents, they'd buy me a pair of boots, and I'd wear them till I grew out of them. But I always had boots around, and even in high school, I would have a nice pair of boots that I liked to wear from time to time. And I was a cowboy boot kind of guy. I wasn't a Western kind of a guy particularly, but I liked cowboy boots. And my wife looked at the man in line in front of us, and she looked at me and she says, that's interesting. Why don't you have a pair of boots? And I thought about that question, and I wondered to myself, why don't I have a pair of boots? And it wasn't a hard thing in our budget at the time, so I bought a pair of boots, Tony Lama boots. And I loved them, and I wore them, and they were very comfortable, and I liked the way they looked with jeans. And after a while, they started to get a little worn. I liked the pointy toe kind, and I bought another pair of boots. These are kind of a no-name pair, but I really like them. They are, the brand is Old West. They were really inexpensive. I just wanted another pair of boots. And I wear these when I do my speaking. You know, I'm a storyteller, and a lot of times I present stories on the Old West, and I wear jeans and a vest, or an old-time Western jacket and boots. And I love that. And when I'm wearing black, I wear these. And these are Justin's my black boots, and I love them, and they fit well, and they look good with jeans. Now, what's been the reaction? Most people don't notice what you're wearing on your feet, don't care. And so, who cares? You wear the boots, if you like them, that's great. I admit, I've had some people when I show up to do things. I remember once I got a haircut, and the stylist asked me a question, and it's a question that's been asked to me from time to time in different circumstances. They'll look at my feet and say, "Why are you wearing shit kickers? Are you going to a farm? Are you going to ride a horse? Why are you wearing this kind of footwear?" And I don't get angry, I don't pick a fight, I just say, well, I like boots. I like to know that I've got a pair of boots. And I've had more people than make a negative comment. I've had more people say, wow, I like your boots, they look good with your jeans. Those are nice boots. That's gratifying. But it's not the reason I wear boots. I wear boots because I like boots. And that kind of inspired me. It's been about 12 years since that happened. These boots are about 12 years old. And it made me think of other things. What else do I like that I don't have? And we will talk about that in further videos. But for now, these are my boots, and they prove that I've got a pair.